Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be testing out some makeup products, ones I've never used before. There are some drugstore products and some more high-end products and some from Kylie. So if you would like to see my thoughts, please keep watching. So as you can see, I already have my foundation on, so I thought we could just move right along and get into concealer. So I actually have a color corrector to try out. It is straight orange, let me tell you. So this is the Becca color corrector in the shade Peach, and normally I use a salmon under eye corrector because I feel like it's like really brightening and it kind of bounces the light back at you, but I've never tried anything this dark. I did swatches, so that's why there's like a few fingerprints in there, so I thought we could try this out. So I'm just going to apply it with my ring finger and go right underneath. Okay, it doesn't look as dark as I thought it was gonna be. So I think that's all I'm gonna apply. I feel like I could still see like some dark circles underneath there though. I look crazy. I like that because I have the salmon one from Becca too, and that one is sticky as well. And I like that their correctors are sticky because I feel like that makes my concealer kind of like, it's almost like a primer for the actual concealer. I'm scared. Anyway, so for concealer, I'm going to be trying out the Kylie Cosmetics concealer. This is in the shade Pearl, and it kind of has like a flat doe foot. Ooh, it's really pale. You know what? I should have did one eye with the corrector and one eye without the corrector. Dang. This is like white, and I don't even know if this was the lightest shade. It might have been. Now I'm just gonna go in with my Morphe G40. I feel like that orange corrector is like coming through. Like you could see the orange on the brush. It's like mixing with the concealer. Oh no. I wonder if the orange corrector is something I should have used like under my foundation. But this Kylie concealer feels kind of thick and sticky. And I think it's full coverage from what I can tell. Yeah. But I like it. I just don't think I'm a big fan of that orange corrector. Man, I wish I could go back and I wouldn't have applied it on both eyes. Oh man, see, now the orange corrector got on my concealer wand, so now it's probably gonna alter the shade of my concealer. Dang it. Okay, so I feel like the orange corrector did alter the shade of the concealer, which the concealer was definitely a little too light, in my opinion, for me right now. So I feel like it did kind of darken it, so that's like okay, but I feel like if I was going to use this orange corrector again, I would definitely put it underneath my foundation and then put my foundation on top. I don't think it looks bad or anything. I actually really like it. So we'll see what it looks like on the areas that I didn't put the orange corrector. I like this concealer. When I'm a little bit more fair, like in the fall and winter time, and right now it's summer, so I've got a little bit of a tan and it's almost too light, but I really like how it looks. I like that it's full coverage. I like that it's kind of thicker. It's just the shade is a little bit too light for me right now. I can definitely see myself reaching for this like every day. I really like it. So if you guys have tried the orange corrector from Becca, or I guess it's Peach, but if you've tried like an orange corrector, let me know how you guys applied it in the comments below, because I feel like it would work best underneath a foundation. I don't know. To set my concealer areas, I'm going to be trying out this Wet n Wild. It's actually considered a bronzer. It's in the shade Reserve Your Cabana, which I don't know why they're saying this is a bronzer, and it's like, look at that. That's like definitely a face powder. So I thought I would try this to set my concealer. So I'm just gonna get out some creases, which a concealer really didn't crease that much actually. I'm just gonna use my Sigma tapered highlighter brush F35 and just dip in there. Ooh, I hope it's okay. And I'm just gonna pat that underneath and down the sides of my nose. I think it did help brighten that concealer back up. I can't decide if I really like this powder yet or not, but I like that it's like brightening my skin up. Oh wow, look at all, I don't know if you guys can see all of that kickback, jeez. So I like that this powder brightened up the center of my face, but it feels like kind of cakey. Like it feels like my face is gonna start to get really cakey from this stuff. So I don't have any new powders to set the rest of my face, so I'm just gonna use my La Prairie loose powder in the shade 2. For bronzer, I'm going to be trying out this Urban Decay Beached Bronzer in the shade Sunkissed. The packaging is like super cute. And it does have a mirror, but to me it looks like it's going to have a red undertone, and I normally like more of like a true bronzer shade, like a true like milk chocolatey shade, if you will. Like I typically stay away from like warmer red tone bronzers, so this is going to be interesting. And I thought I could try out this Essence Kabuki brush. So let's see. I don't know if I really like this brush. I'm just going to be honest. It's kind of flimsy. I think yeah, okay, so I like this brush for like my jaw and probably my neck, but I don't like it for my cheeks. Or I feel like I don't really like it for bronzer. I think it would be good for like an all over face powder, but I'm not really feeling it for bronzer. So I'm gonna switch to my Morphe E3. This is my favorite bronzer brush. And let's bronze it up this forehead. Weird, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like this bronzer is not really showing up. It doesn't look, I thought it was going to be like super red looking, but from what I can tell, I like it. Yeah, it's definitely warmer red. I can see it on my forehead, but it doesn't look bad, I don't think. I don't think it looks bad. It's just not a shade of bronzer that I typically buy, but I mean, I like it. Again, this foundation I'm wearing right now is definitely a little bit too light for me. So I think that these kind of bronzers with this like warmy red undertone look better on like tan skin or maybe even like a deeper skin. I don't know if they're necessarily the most flattering on like more like fair light complexions. Again, that's just my opinion, but I'm not going to put this on my nose. I'm not going to even go there. So I'm just going to use my CYO Beauty like contour kit. It's in the shade Fair. I'm going to use that for my nose and my lip contour. For brows, I'm going to be trying out this Cella brow pencil. This is the Beautiful Blonde Eyebrow color, and yeah, that's it. It's just like a tiny like micro-sized eyebrow pencil, but there is no spoolie on the end, so I need to get my eyebrows waxed really bad. Not a big eyebrow pencil fan. I like pomades, so eyebrow pencils always make me nervous. I just feel like eyebrow pencils work better for people that already have pretty much full brows and they just need to like fill in like little areas, but I feel like I have to draw on like a whole brow, so I just don't feel like they work very well for me. I do like the shade of this, and it feels like it's like creamy, but it's not overly creamy, like it's still a little bit stiff. I don't know what it is about this one eyebrow, but I can never get this right here the way I want it. This eyebrow looks so bad. I am just not a big fan of brow pencils. They're just like super difficult for me for some reason. Definitely gave me more of a natural brow, which I'm not opposed to. I actually kind of like that look more compared to when I use a pomade and they're like bold, but I like the shade of it. It's just like I said, like for some reason I just cannot work eyebrow pencils. Then I have this Brow Gal. This is the what's it say? The Insta Tint Light Hair 03, and it's a tinted brow gel with microfibers. So I wonder if it's going to be kind of like the Gimme Brow. Look how tiny that little brush is. Maybe this will help thicken these brows up. I really like how small the brush is. Okay, I like this product a lot. I love this brush on this. I love this. Yes, the brush, the product, everything. I love everything about this little brow gal thing. For blush, I'm going to be trying out this Fergie and Wet n Wild blush. I know it's like super hot pink. So this is in the shade Brush with Danger, and this is like hot, hot pink. So I'm going to use a very, very light hand. I'm just using my Morphe E4. I barely dipped in there, and that's probably enough. I feel like it's coming off more like peachy-ish. Not necessarily like hot pink. Oh, there we go. This side looks more hot pink, I think. That's a pretty color though. Oh my gosh, I'm so heavy-handed with blush. I can't even help it. That's pretty, I like that. I'm just going to blend it out with my stippling brush. So for highlighter, I'm gonna be trying out this I Like Your Face highlighter palette from ColourPop. To me, this looks like the Anastasia and Nicole Guerrero kit, but it's cheaper. Look at this orange shade. That's going to be such a pretty like blush topper, but I think I'm going to go in with, since I have pink blush on, if I had a peach blush on, which I normally wear, I would totally use this shade, but I think I'm going to mix these two shades right here. And these are kind of like a wet metallic highlight, I think, in my opinion. Ooh, this is gorgeous. I'm just gonna add a little bit more because I'm crazy. Just so pretty. Really like this palette from ColourPop. For eyes, I'm gonna be trying out this e.l.f. eyeshadow palette, and it just says Summer Breeze on the back. And it does come with a mirror, and then these are the shades right here. So it's all matte. I think I'm gonna stick with these shades right here, and then maybe I'll do a pop of purple on the lower lash line. I don't think I've tried any e.l.f. eyeshadows, not that I can think of at the top of my head. So I don't really know what to expect, I guess is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here as my transition shade. Well, I like that shade. Now I'm just gonna go in with this pretty like dusty rose shade right here. And I'm just gonna work that into the crease. I have no idea what I'm doing. But these shadows are nice. They're like nice and pigmented, and everything is blending out like really nice as well. I wasn't really expecting a lot from this palette, but I like it. So I think I'm just gonna stick to like a rosy orangey look on the top. Then I'm just gonna smoke it out on the lower lash line with the browns. I think that's what I'm gonna do today. So now I'm just gonna take a little bit of this kind of like darker orange shade, and I'm just gonna put that in the crease too. Well, I'm gonna put on the lid and then blend it to the crease. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of like layering colors. The only thing I don't like is I feel like it's kind of hard for my brush to fit into those shadows, just the way that it's shaped. So now I'm just gonna take this like rosy mauve shade right here on a flat shader brush and apply that to the lid. I feel like I can never get matte shadows to stick to my eyelids with a brush. Like I feel like I always have to switch to my finger. So I'm just gonna go back in with the shade we used for like crease transition shade, and I'm just gonna buff some more of that into the crease. I'm gonna take that orangey shade and I'm just gonna go over like the top, I guess, so kind of like by my brows, just kind of want a little bit of orange up there. This is a good palette. Wow, okay. I'm gonna switch to a pencil brush, and I'm just gonna take, I wish there was a dark brown in there. What's that? That's more like a cool tone brown. I'm gonna go in with these two shades right here and just mix them and put them on the lower lash line. This is a really good palette. It makes me want to go buy another like e.l.f. matte eyeshadow palette. So now I'm just gonna take this like orangey shade and I'm gonna run that on the lower lash line as well. Why do I feel like every time I do a full face of first impressions, I always do some kind of red eyeshadow? Like I don't even mean to, it just happens. So since this is all matte, there is not like a highlighting shade. So I'm just gonna go back to this ColourPop and mix these two shades for my inner corner highlight and then my brow bone highlight. For liner, I'm going to be trying out the Kylie Cosmetics gel liner and the pencil. Dang, I should have put this, you know what, I'm going to put this on the lower lash line and smoke it out real quick. It looks like it's going to be really creamy. Well, one, it just disappeared, but it's not very creamy. First impressions of this pencil liner from Kylie, it sucks. Yeah, this is not good. So this Kylie pencil liner in the shade brown, yeah, I don't recommend that at all. It kind of just like made a mess down there. Yeah, no. And I just grabbed the same brush that I just used to highlight my inner corners. So now I've got shimmer on my lower lash line, and I wanted my eyeshadow look to be like completely matte, so now I have to go fix that. Even though now it's gonna be, now it just looks like a bronzy shimmery lower lash line, which is not what I was going for. But so back to what I was saying, this Kylie pencil eyeliner sucks. I don't really like it at all. It didn't even go on my waterline, so I think this might be good for like an eyeshadow base. Like if you wanted to put it on your lids and then do like a smoked or a smoky eye, this would be good, but it did not work in the waterline like at all. I do have the matching gel liner in the shade brown. It looks pretty creamy, so I figured we could attempt a wing. Weird. So it's like going on brown, but it's almost drying like a gray shade. I'm gonna go ahead and tightline. Yeah, I'm not really impressed with this either. It's making my eyes water really bad too. So if I don't know if you can see that, but like where I didn't dip my brush looks brown, right? And then right where my brush went looks almost black. So the outer part is the color that I wanted, where it looks more of like a reddy brown shade, but then when you get into it, it's almost like a black shade. Even when it dries on this paper towel, it's like it's drying black or just like a super dark brown. But I thought I was gonna get more of like a Costa Riche by MAC type of shade from this. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just not the shade that I thought it was going to be. So I don't have any new mascara or lashes to try out, so I'm just gonna put some lashes and mascara on and I'll be right back. So I went and applied some lashes. I don't know what they are because I cut them and then I just put them in this lash book that I have, but I think there's some sort of like extra long wispies or something. Then I also applied some lower lash mascara and a little bit of loose powder so that way my mascara doesn't transfer. Now I'm just going to use, I'm gonna use this color. So for my waterline, I'm just gonna use this NYX Faux Whites Seashell Liner. Should have waited for that lower lash mascara to dry, because now I got like a gray mix on my waterline. Dang it. Let's see, for lips, my lips feel really dry. So for lips, I have 3 different things to try out. First, I'm going to try out this Kiko lip liner. It looks like Charlotte Tilbury, I swear. This is in the shade 401, and it just looks like a nudie pink shade. Feels really creamy. I really like that lip liner, and it's cool because on the other side of it, it has like a silicone like blender, but I'm not gonna use that right now. For lipstick, I'm gonna be trying out this Lip Land lipstick in the shade Corset, I believe. There's no name on it, but I think that's what it's called. It's in a collaboration with the Samantha. The packaging, just off the bat, is like really cheap feeling. Like it's really lightweight. It feels, like I said, pretty cheap. But you know, all that matters is the product on the inside. So it's just like a nude pink shade. It smells like vanilla. So I've never tried any Lipland actual lipsticks, but I have tried the liquid lipsticks, and I'm like, about them. I don't love them, I don't hate them, but I do like this lipstick. Like I said, the only thing that sucks though is like the shade name is nowhere to be found on it. It's really creamy and I love the shade. For gloss, I'm going to be trying out this ColourPop gloss. I've never tried any of their glosses. This is in the shade Bestie. And it looks like it's almost the exact shade of that lipstick. That's pretty. I love this lip combo. Going to get rid of this powder. My eyes are watering and I think it's from that Kylie eyeliner. Has to be. So now that I'm done with everything, I figured we could just go over everything. The first thing right here is the Wet n Wild bronzer in Reserve Your Cabana. First of all, why is this a bronzer and it's like so pale? I'm confused, but I do like how this brightened up the center of my face. I love how it gave me that bright under eye, but I do feel like it could potentially leave me like really cakey and like look really cakey. I think it might be better if I pressed it in with a damp sponge, because then I would be pressing it into my skin as opposed to using a brush where I'm just kind of like wiping it on top of my skin. I hope that makes sense, but I'm on the fence about this, but I do like how brightening it is. Then I have the ColourPop highlighter palette. I love this. I think next time I do my makeup, I'm going to use this shade as a blush topper. I really like it. Then we have the e.l.f. eyeshadow palette. I really like this. I feel like it's a really good matte palette and it blended out really nice. It was pigmented. A lot of drugstore matte palettes don't have a lot of color payoff. They just kind of blend to nothing in my experience anyways. So I think for the money, and if you like mattes, I think I would definitely check this out. This definitely makes me want to go buy another e.l.f. eyeshadow palette for sure, because I really like how this turned out. Then we have the Fergie and Wet n Wild collection blush. This is the Brush with Danger shade. I actually really like the shade. I really like this shade. I didn't think I would. I feel like it goes on a little bit darker than it looks in the pan for sure. Then we have the Becca Concealer Corrector Concealer. This is in the shade Peach. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might just stick to the like pink salmon-y color one that I use from Becca, because I really like the formula of these, but I don't know. I need to try this underneath my foundation, but I definitely don't think I like it under concealer because I feel like it altered the color of my concealer. Then we have the Kylie Cosmetics concealer. I really like this. I think it's full coverage. I love that it's like kind of thick and sticky. I don't know if you don't like that kind of formula, you probably wouldn't really like this, but I don't mind it. I really like it. I think I need to get a darker shade for sure since I am getting tan because it is the summertime, and then keep this shade for like the fall and winter when I am more fair. Next I have the Urban Decay bronzer. This is in the shade Sunkissed. I believe this is the lightest shade that they sell of this bronzer, and I feel like this is a shade I could only pull off when I am tan. I think it would look way too red and warm when I'm like more fair, like in the winter time, because I'm normally like second to third lightest shade in foundations, and I feel like this would just be way too warm. But I'm gonna use it like the rest of the summer because I am tan and I think it looks good, but I feel like that's the only time I could use it. Then we have the Kylie Cosmetics eyeliner pencil in brown. Hate this. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. I don't like it at all. And then we also have her gel eyeliner as well. To me, like, look, that dried black. Like, it's just weird. Like, it says brown, it looks brown, but it dried black on me. Like, it did not dry brown. So I'm so confused. I do like the formula of it. It was like pretty easy to work with, but just the shade, like that shade is not right. Next we have the Cella Brow Pencil. Love the shade of this. Love that it's kind of creamy, but still kind of dry at the same time. So I feel like it'd be really easy to make like hair strokes, but for me, since I practically have to draw in an entire brow, like brow pencils just don't work for me. But if you already have pretty full brows and you just need like little areas filled in, I think you would like this. I really like this Brow Gal, the Insta-Tint Light Hair Tinted Brow Gel with microfibers. I really like this. It kind of gave me that like wispy, furry brow. But I do think it did not set them, so I definitely need to set my brows because it didn't do that. That's probably why they were all over the place when I was doing my eyeshadow. because it definitely did not keep them in place. So then we have the Lip Lam lipstick, which like I said, I'm pretty sure is in the shade Corset. Minus the packaging, love the shade of this, love the formula. Then we have the ColourPop lip gloss in the shade Bestie. Love the shade, it goes perfect with that lipstick. It's really pretty. Great, well I hope I wasn't talking this whole time with lip gloss on my teeth. Man. It doesn't feel overly sticky or anything, and I really like the shade. Then I have this Kiko Everlasting lip liner in the shade 401. I really like this lip liner as well. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this full face of first impressions. As always, let me know if you've tried any of these products in the comments below and what you think. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe on your way out if you would like to see more of me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.